Hello, Free Enterprise fans. Good evening, early morning, whatever time it is for you. Welcome to Game 2 in our round of 32 match between Dyrewulfe and Blue Cat Loach. Blue Cat Loach took down Game 1, so Dyrewulfe is looking to tie this up and keep us around for Game 3. I'm joined in the booth by Groundflyer, and Groundflyer, when you look over these objectives and this start character, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, star character is agility anchor set. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Those objectives, the first thing I think about is, oh, those are spicy. Because Murasame, I mean, I guess once you get Darkness Crystal, that's 2 objectives immediately. Because Cape Bahamut is also up there. But then Ogopogo is one of the toughest bosses in a lot of places, and so trying to have to deal with that boss somewhere or other. That could be a real nightmare. Plus, it's another Sparkle, so if you're doing Sparkle searches and you see anything anywhere, you definitely want to go after them because now you have 2 of 5 chance of getting one. What are you thinking about this stuff? These opponents are really good. I'm really excited to see how Dyrewulfe bounces back after losing Game 1, but this is some top talent here.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's just going to be the nature of it as we get further and further in. Anyone that, even just got to the top 64 in this already showed they've got something happening, and every step we take closer and closer to the finals, it's going to become more and more true.
Yeah, most definitely. We got Dyrewulfe as a 4 seed. He was a force in the group stage, and so not surprisingly seeing him here in round of 32. But he's gonna be, both these folks are gonna be kicking butt. I don't know. I'm tremendously excited to see this. But yeah, the fact that the agility anchor situation is basically nullified with Sid is kind of interesting. You don't have to really worry about getting a curse string and stuff.
Yeah, and if you do find a curse ring, everything is just like super solved. Because sometimes if you let Sid level enough, he might cause some minor issues for a slower mage. Might put them at RA2 or even worse. But we can't keep him down on the ground to solve that because, as you know, if you've been watching the tournament, we have the Sea Hero flag on, and one of the aspects of the Sea Hero flag is that the start character will always get XP. Turn him to stone, put him on the ground, whatever, you can't stop it.
Yeah, it really changes strategy for these flags. The agility is a totally different beast than with prior tournaments because you can't keep their agility low. If they're going to go up, they're going to go up, and you either maybe have to get a curse ring, or you have to get them to like RA2, get up to 28 agility or something. Sometimes you have to take some more risks, and it's not quite as smooth once you get to the end boss.
Yeah. And if our runners don't find a curse ring, a Dwarf Axe will at least do a little bit of the job. It might be enough, because as you noted earlier, Sid doesn't gain a whole lot of agility. A Dwarf Axe might, depending on the circumstances, be just enough to get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly,
Chat wondering, can Sid even hit 28 agility? To which I say, Ninja Hat and Crystal Ring.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Kane as the side partner, and Kane Azo just gave Baron Key, so right back in there possibly.
Yep, Vanilla Kane start, and Octomom says, come at me, bring it. With Sid, for a start character and that lovely hit point pool, you can be, you can go after a lot of things earlier than you normally would.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, he's even with that wooden hammer, like, you could take him into Antline, he'd be beating stuff up. He's super dependable, super high HP. He's
go in there, find the 3 trap chests, clear out everything else, and try and be out somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes. And with what I was alluding to with Kane's equipment pools, I kind of like it. And it looks like now we're back, and that's exactly what Dyrewulfe is doing.
Wow, you just saw the future there. That was amazing. But yeah, Dyrewulfe, we were just talking about how good this party is to get in Eblin and get these chests, and here he is, getting some good early gear, good early armor, strength ring, Aegis shield.
Yeah, and looks like Blue Cat went straight to the Baron shop. No clue what's there, but Gonna get in, get some of the early loot. This is another valuable area that, because it's locked behind a key item, tends to give better loot than other places.
Yeah, there's definitely the T Pro flags are on, so that means that chests that are gated or otherwise, in scarce sort of places like the waterfall cave here that Blue Cat Loach is going into have improved loot depending on where they're located.
Yeah, it tends to be, if you factors, it seems to me at least, the factors that tend to make an area more valuable on T Pro are you had no other reason to be here, watery pass. You're stuck behind some sort of key item, barren, waterway, or you're dangerous to loot because of trap chests, Edwin Castle.
Yeah, and Blue Cat Loach just got Cursed Ring, so
there we go.
Pretty spicy.
Solves that.
Yeah, I never hate checking. I never hate checking just that first room, and then if I have tele, maybe even go all the way through.
Blue Cat maybe found an exit somewhere we didn't see, but Blue Cat's going to take the deeper dive. Silver Hammer, technically an upgrade.
Yeah, must have an exit going all the way through here. Otherwise, it's a long walk back.
Yeah, and sure, the chests in here are good, but without an exit, like I think at most, you front back, although that silk web in the middle, if we don't find anyone anywhere else, just paid for the entire trip.
I know one of those. I'm just like, you know what? It's in my pocket. It's sitting there for Zeromus. Just great. Just have that knowledge that like Z is going to be a little bit less annoying to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. If you happen to find some slow casters, you can eventually get the job done with 2 slows, but with C maybe on, no promises about finding any slow casters.
Yeah, exactly. Not going to take that chance. Oh, actually, okay, so Dyrewulfe got an Earth Hammer. Did not see that.
Ooh, nice. That's big times. Earth Hammer strength ring there. There's that Aegis shield we saw, but apparently nothing else too exciting for Kane going into battle with this spear.
So yeah, there's the exit used by Blue Cat Loach. That's good. But yeah, honestly, after that curse ring, there wasn't a whole lot.
Yeah, we kind of figured. Oh, speaking of slow casters.
Yeah, well, that's solved, right? Okay, yeah. Rosa, best healer. This is awesome to find here early. That you don't have to worry about dealing with healing issues, which is something that can be a real concern, especially early on.
Definitely. And we're about to see that the Earth Hammer, interestingly enough, is fire elemental. And so we're going to bonk this Mylon Z, and it's going to hurt.
Just don't use it as an item.
No, you use it as an item. It casts Quake, and Mylon Z, being the Fiend of Earth, is immune to Quake because he floats. Don't ask.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they had to find a way to make him Earth element, even though there's no Earth element.
Right?
All right, Blue Cat Loach heading into Antlion Cave, so we're going to see, in fact, Dyrewulfe also following too, and they're both going to be checking out that first key item check.
Yep, take the 1 walk past chest, mere 70 gold. Bah.
Nice pocket elixir there for Blue Cat Loach too. Never feels bad to have one of those sitting there in like a case of emergency, like you're doing a D machine grind, and all of a sudden you're about to die, and you have to like get one quick elixir so that Tele can get weak off or whatever.
Yeah, and looks like somewhere along the way, Blue Cat found a flame spear and an ogre axe, so that's what he'll go into battle with. Good stuff.
Oh, ogre axe! Wow, I did not see that one. Nice. I think the flame spear was just one of the chests either in here or maybe that. Oh, that was probably in the watery pass. That's what it was.
Could be, but we've just got Darkins here.
Here's a difference. So Blue Cat Loach just used the Gaia Drum Earth spell, and Dyrewulfe will be able to use the item if he chooses.
Yeah, it won't have as much punch on it, but you don't need about 300 each. Blue Cat is through and finds the early magma. Not a time to fade. Antlion.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't quite enough, but a couple of Thor Rages out will finish the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, early magma key. Wow, that opens up a lot of stuff.
Yes. We can get underground. We can set up a Sheila 1 before going to Fabula. We can check the Feymarch freebie. We can peek a few bosses and see if there's sparkles. All good times.
Absolutely, and also, it's key item gated, so all the loot down there is great. You've got a Sid with an Earth Hammer. At some point pretty early on, you can get him in with the tower monster boxes and get lots of pretty free and easy loot.
Yeah, the Earth Hammer, like all the other hammers in the game, deal quadruple damage to machines, and those floating little eyeballs in the trap chests of Lower Babil are machines. It's a pretty easy kill.
Just seeing Blue Cat Loach treading some ground that Dyrewulfe did, getting that Rosa as well. Looks like Dyrewulfe is now heading in. Oh, maybe just doing some shopping. I'm curious where he's headed, if he's headed right underground or not.
Well, if he heads into the Baron shop, we'll get our first look at this.
Sorcerer Robe, Strength Ring. Wow.
Seems legit.
And a good samurai bow and a good silence staff. So in case you need that buff for your Rosa.
Gated shops proving their worth once again. Another advantage of that early magma key, opening up the shop in Troya and in the Feymarch and in Dwarf Castle.
I think we may have just found that ogre axe, the pot next to Rosa's mom's house.
You're right. And there's a Porum and Baron in 1 along with Ha Ha Ha. I would not be in any hurry to go after Golbez in that spot.
Yeah, goodness no. Although, the longer you wait, the more characters you're going to have, and the more kind of annoying it might be.
Yeah, my bigger concern is that that's a somewhat variable agility spot, and I'm going to want a character to have built up some speed to get a wall up in time, because not only is it fairly variable agility, but the Baron Guards being the spot there, they once again give a boss that does nothing but casting status magic a very high stat to make sure it lands.
Kind of surprising here for Dyrewulfe, kind of skipping out, going underground, but he's doing the long trip down into Baron Castle. I wonder if he's, kind of thinking about getting the character check in here, getting a little bit of the loot in here while he's at it.
Yeah, it's a good move. The Octomom is, pretty casual here, of course, and not sure what's going to be on the throne. That's the real risk of this turning into a time sink, is if the second fight is bad.
As long as it's not Golbez.
We know it's not Golbez.
Exactly, yeah.
It could be Ogo. That could be a little rude surprise.
A good surprise, though, since that's objective 5.
Right, it is at least objective 5, but still, Ogo's a good way to send you packing to your save point and make you fight your first fight again.
Yeah, no kidding. Looks like a freebie chest in Feymarch got the package. Probably not big focus on checking, but somebody, if you're desperate for finding maybe a ninja or something like that, could always be a good thing in the back pocket.
Yeah, a ninja, maybe for Iridia. We've got good stuff for her. You want to go the physical route with the Dragon Whip Heroine Robe, or the caster route with the Leviathan. Either way, you've got options. But still, I wouldn't want to bet on whether runners would take Iridia or not.
Yeah, no, very true. But hey, there are 3 bosses kind of in play here, because you've got, of course, Ogopogo and Wyvern as objectives, and then you've got that Mist Dragon wildcard check to, potentially get a key item off of that. So we'll be seeing a lot of people checking in bosses.
Well, our Feymarch couple is Bahamut and Kainazo, and I'm pretty sure Blue Cat's first thought when seeing that Kainazo was, thank goodness Case Summon is off.
Oh goodness, yeah. Right? Yeah, no. That is Kainazo can be absolutely terrorizing in the right places because the HP based damage is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Dyrewulfe taking a little bit of cautionary precautions before stepping into the fight and dips the battle speed down to 2.
There's an Ashura. Should be pretty straightforward here. I don't think that'll be much of an issue.
Yeah. You could probably, this doesn't have enough hit points that, you could probably just straightforward life lock it and call it a day.
Yeah, like everybody can do actual damage in this party. Just go ahead and swing it. That's perfect.
Yeah. Nothing, no mage type weapons, but again, the hit points are low enough. Should be fine. Odin is not what we wanted for the Grimoire. That hurts. That messes up the timing on the life lock because it's not even a hit.
Yeah, basically got to start that over. Interesting.
Trying to push through and maybe get it to flip back, but nothing doing. There's your full heal.
This is interesting. Blue Cat Loach, it looks like he's thrown down a Siren here, getting some early XP and getting some pretty decent early game levels. Very curious about that. By the way, I love his naming convention.
They're making it a very quick. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore those names.
It broke my brain for a second. Like he got Cecil. What?
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen a runner pull that trick, and it's just like, yeah, okay, cool. You feel free to call, if you want to confuse chat, you feel free to refer to everybody by their names as Blue Cat has named them, and I'll just stick to their actual names, and we can have some fun with this.
Ooh, we got a sparkle at the doll spot here on Blue Cat Loach's side. That 2 of 5 chance that's spicy. That's an objective.
Yes. Mm-hmm. A little song, a little dance, find out what the sparkle is.
Yeah, I don't think Blue Cat Loach even healed up or anything. This is just a check, and it's plague, not one of them.
Yep. Bloop 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 bloop. So life locks having some trouble, but looks like Dyer's gonna get it settled down now.
Yeah, looks like everything's settled now. It shouldn't be too long. This is not a super high HP spot, so.
I mean, it just goes to show you. I mean, Lifelock does seem pretty straightforward, and I'm calling myself out now for saying as he wandered in, yeah, this is straightforward, but it doesn't take much more than a Grimoire coming up with an Odin for surprise to cause you to have to struggle to get the wheels back on track.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, it looks like I didn't notice that. Blue Cat Loach got a Dwarf Axe, so he's able to back row glitch that cane. That is the only ranged attacking weapon that Kane can hold, so you can glitch him with it, which is awesome.
Yep. Takes care of Sid 2 while he's at it, and now everyone can hang out in the back row until he finds a 4th character.
Oh no, it wrapped around again.
Oh, wrapped around to that Cure 3. Just push through and take her down before she gets a chance to heal.
Just threw a Throw Rage just to get that face cycle. Cure 3 though.
Oh, now we're
Didn't do it
cycled to
all.
the Cure 4. Oh, but no, we're back to the Cure 3. Good for 1,000 though. I think by this point Dyrewulfe had more than that, so this isn't a full reset yet. And now we're back to the Gray Face.
Ugh, this hurts to see.
Okay. We are back under control.
Why is it particularly hard in this? Is it just that the agility is so gross?
Not so much the agility, it's just that, like, the first one went off the rails a little bit with the with the Odin, mistiming, and just a little, it's a little particular. It's not that hard to think that you've waited fully for Greyface to spin. It's kind of the same sort of mind-numbing thing that you can get with some of the longer grinds, where if you're not paying attention, it just gets away from you.
Oh, I see some people talking in chat. I think the reason Kane is using Thor Rages here is because he's not backroad, and thus he's actually missing. So if you're trying to use him to keep that life lock on, it's actually messing it up. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, you have the same issues that you had with that Odin. And you definitely don't want to jump the timing of anything that's not a quick move, like a fight. It makes things tricky. But there we go. Dyrewulfe showing why he's gotten this far. He recovers from a rough Asura fight, and we'll find out the character.
Oof, it looks like Defend Fabul got a self.
Yeah, that's a whammy.
But we still got Shield 1, so we'll see what that brings.
And we have a Quack Kid for the character in Marin. That's good times.
Yeah, you love seeing Palom. That's a good black mage to have. Pretty early level 2 spells, like really immediately gonna be out of the gate getting you some stuff. And you have that. You already have Underground. You have a Siren. Like you could get him to Quake pretty quickly.
Yeah. Sheila handing over a pass for the first visit. Even though we're going to need a darkness, we don't hate it. Both of these objectives are close enough to the surface that the better play, even if the crystal's picked up there, is to pop out and go home. It might be that one of the bosses is deep in the LST, but pass, definitely looking to have value.
Oh snap. And Dyrewulfe finds that the Baron Basement has the Darkness Crystal, and so he's got 2 objectives open just like that, as he is going to be able to raise that Lunar Whale and see what's up there.
Plus, it's a free character check. The sooner you settle in on your final party, the sooner you can start getting set for Z levels.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a good time. Hopefully you find like a Tella or something like that. You can get a pretty easy setup for a grind there by having the D machines. There's other options too that would be pretty good too. But
Tella on the moon with an early darkness crystal. Did you say hook play in race? Because that's what I heard.
Oh yeah.
Twitch. More interestingly, Blue Cat Loach has encountered Objective 5 on Ordeals.
Wow, yep, there's Ogopogo. One of the nice things, if you're looking for a lot of bosses, is, Ordeals may be a long check, but it's also 3 bosses. And so you got pretty good odds of finding something important there. And obviously we just saw Blue Cat Loach got that. Hopefully Dyrewulfe doesn't fade this too long as he is going up to the moon and doing some checks. Probably going to check, see at least who's the boss at Cave Bahamut, because you can just eyeball it. But he might even go in and check and see who's at the Murasame altar as well. Who knows?
Yeah. The bosses at Ordeals do make it tempting, but I know that the length does deter a lot of runners, especially if they haven't located Tella or Cecil. So I wouldn't be shocked if Dyrewulfe stays away for a while.
Yeah, true. And there's a Tella. Hi.
Witch!
Didn't I roll that seed?
I thought maybe Gambit did. Whoever rolled it.
I forget.
Yeah, maybe it was you, but whoever it was, just was in it.
Oh no, it wasn't the hook one. It was the other one, the magma one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't in those.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Tella and that Sid anchor and that curse string, ZZ3 called. They would like their seat back.
Oh yeah, another benefit of having Sid as a as the hero is doing this fight in Ordeals is almost always trivial. If you have a Tele you have to throw in there, you might have to get a little cheeky or hope for a power staff to have to actually muscle your way through it. But even with an annoying bike in here, Sid doesn't really have any problems.
Yeah, worst case is, one of the arms gets off a cheeky paralyze, and the fight takes a long time. But I think Sid even recovers from that and stands up in time to get the job done.
And Kate Bahamut has a sparkle.
Ooh, is it a double?
Double required, baby. Yes.
Oh, Wyvern. Oh, and Dyrewulfe resets out before discovering the Witchburn. Unless I just missed it.
I didn't see it. Yeah, did anybody else see? Was there an attack? I think you might have missed it. That stinks. Yeah, I'd have that instinct too, but you always forget about that Witchburn. You don't know what spells can be cast. It could be trivial. It could be like Big Bang. It's any of the spells possible that enemies cast, I think.
Well, there's a minor update in one of the versions that came out recently. Wyvern is not allowed to have a attack that's worse than Mega Nuke unless be unsave his arm. So that ruins, I believe, Big Bang, Meteo, and Odin. But there are still some significantly rude possibilities. I know Glance is a crowd favorite.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that before. It's not fun.
But yeah, this does put us in no mode. Neither of our runners have everything that they need to go, because Dyrewulfe doesn't know where Ogopogo is, and Bluecat doesn't have the Darkness Crystal. But between the two of us, the two of them, we in the booth and in chat know how to get to Z, to get to the crystal.
The kind of bananas thing
and more
here.
vanilla.
What's that? Sorry.
No, more vanilla.
Oh, a vanilla Demist I see over on Blue Cat Loach's side. Yeah. So that's interesting. That could send him down some rabbit holes. What I think is really interesting is, like, honestly, like, these checks are so close together, but like Dyrewulfe could totally fade ordeals unless he's doing a grind and needs it for Tella. Like, honestly, having Tella might be a savior for him here, just because it'll force him to go to ordeals and get that check.
Yeah.
And then he will be in go mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. With Tellus, at some point, Dyrewulfe is extremely likely to go to ordeals to get Tella his spell so that he can do a D-Money grind.
And who knows when Blue Cat Loach is going to get hit.
Check.
Yeah, that wasn't so much. And who knows when Blue Cat Loach is going to end up going the bear.
That's pretty bad. Oh, a ninja. A ninja, you say?
Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. Well,
now, where did that package was from Fabul, right?
Yes. Right?
So,
yes.
The most galaxy-brained way to miss the go mode. Dyrewulfe Dyrewulfe has what Dyrewulfe needs, but maybe Dyrewulfe, I don't know, wants 10 key items or something. Wants to make a few more checks. Dyrewulfe is, in fact, already underground. You set up Sheila one. No, package was the freebie? Okay, so Dyrewulfe already has the package.
Yeah, he just got it, actually. Dang it, yeah.
Okay, so back that up a bit, Commander. Dyrewulfe goes now, checks the package, sees Edge. Dyrewulfe thinks to himself, I would rather steal Sirens than do D-Money. And never goes to ordeals.
Oh wow! If that happens, that would set him so far back, because at that point, I feel like Dyrewulfe would almost definitely full clear Moon, and so that would get him as far away. I mean, obviously, that would get him as far away from that particular objective. Then he might get lucky and find Forge, which is the other thing. But neither pieces have been found yet, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, because we are getting whammies all over Earth. Fabul straight up check was a whammy. Demist was a whammy. That is telling us that we have things on the moon.
Yeah, we basically know that whatever's behind. Oh gosh, a Mom Bomb here. This is horrible. That's Golbez into Mom Bomb.
Rude.
That's like two of the worst possible bosses, just in terms of like length of time and annoyance.
Yeah, and it's a slow spot, but it's. I was about to say kind of punchy, but Rose is just chilling in the back row with 180 damage there. Might have a Heroine robe on.
Oh yeah, she does have a Heroine robe on, so yeah, totally.
Yeah, and Scythe Marshall with a good observation. Rosa and Hallam on the ground definitely said slingshot time for mages, so Dyrewulfe should be making his way over to Ordeals before too long.
And there he goes. So yeah, he's going to be in go mode in moments. So this is shaping up to be pretty darn quick. Like go mode in like 30 minutes in these flags is pretty. I mean, you can get them fast, but this is extremely fast.
Yeah, and with Blue Cat Loach clearing out Baron N, I think there's a reasonable chance that he's going to run the castle next, knowing that Octomom's there. And that'll put him in go mode as well.
Good point. Actually, yeah, you just cycle right through. It's a smart play on his end. And yeah, totally. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. There's nothing else that's like, he didn't. If that Mist Dragon had something that rabbit holed him, that could be a problem. But honestly, since he didn't get anything in particular, that's actually good for him. Although this Earth Crystal presents a couple of interesting things. He can go rate that treasury if he chooses. But then curious to see if he'd go up and do Earth instead of Baron. I doubt it.
Yeah, that might pull him away on the theory of 2 characters instead of 1. So let's see what happens. But hopefully not, because yeah, it could be a rude rabbit hole. And yeah, Escorian and chat are Reestern were pointing out that running Earth drops you right outside of Baron, and the appeal of that efficiency definitely works for some runners. I think, if nothing else, you come over here and raid the treasury. But what you do after that, yeah, and then you're right there. It's rough.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Cat Loach going in and getting that edge here. Very interesting. I would have to say if he's doing this
Sheila, no! Why?
That's so horrifying. No, Sheila, why?
Anyway. We've seen good ninja swords, though. You understand the move. He doesn't have the darkness, doesn't have the tele. So, without D-Money as an option, you like the appeal of stealing sirens. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're taking him, you're definitely doing it. So, but obviously, like when you think about that, I mean, right now, comparing the two, in terms of grind time and stuff, it'd be curious to see who comes out on top, because like they both take a lot of prep. Dyrewulfe will have to set up the seed, or however he's going to actually plan to do it, get the D-Monies, do the D-Monies, and get out. But Blue Cat Loach is going to have to go down, hit tower. Well, he's going to have to go finish package, then go down, go tower, get the sirens, and then go just do eggs probably. So he'll have to get a bunch of them since you are not at 10 key items. But I'd be curious to see which gets out of there first. You know what I mean?
Yep, 30 sirens in a dream.
But yeah, Dyrewulfe is in go mode.
Yep. Knows exactly what he needs to do to get to the crystal, to get to Zemus. No more guesswork.
Didn't even need to do football at all, and didn't get the pass, but doesn't really need to, because it's just going to go in after that. After the Murasame check gets get the crystal and just run in.
Yep. Blue Cat Loach hoping to see a sparkle. Instead, it's just a wall. Of course, we know it's not Wyvern. Murasame altar is the altar at the top.
Yeah, that's the first one if you're doing a top.
Masamune is the altar at the bottom. Masamune is the stronger sword, so it is more heavily guarded. You have to do more work to get to it.
Yeah, Ogopogo sits there. That is a nasty fight, Vanilla, let me tell you.
Boy, howdy, is it?
Kind of one of the funny things you find out doing rando is, a lot of the worst things in spots are actually the vanilla bosses.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes. That's definitely one of them.
Yes. Vanilla Ruby, also not to be trifled with.
Ooh, yeah. Super spicy there. Blue Cat Loach headed up to Troya. He's just in the town for now, but I'd be curious if he's gonna go do the treasury raiding right this second here, if nothing else. Might be good to get some good loot here.
So here's the thing. Neither runner has bothered to check the hook character. Granted, Dyrewulfe only just now got the hook.
Oh yeah, true.
But
yeah, I mean,
Blue Cat Loach not really tempted by that quick little run.
Yeah, he's still, especially, I mean, Dyrewulfe has his complete party at this point, I feel. Whereas Blue Cat Loach has a Porum in there. Doesn't really need that.
Raid that treasury!
Treasury says
Zeus Gauntlet.
Sura Summon, Life Staff, Zeus Gauntlet, Short Robe.
Don't hate a full moon there, just hit the back row. Well, considering it's T Pro.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Well,
6.5.
Considering it's Pro, we might move that to 8. But yeah, that's solid for this party. That Dragoon Lance, said Kane is ready for endgame. Yeah, nothing super breaking. Already had a Hero on road.
Yeah, I mean, for the party you have, you didn't need much, and this got you some of the good stuff that you didn't have. A Zeus Gauntlet's gonna be really nice, but a little bit of armor.
I think I saw
it's
a
okay.
Runex in there, which,
Yeah.
If we deal with any more mage nonsense, could make Sid happy.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like I said, a lot of good stuff, but nothing that went in the game changer. Probably the closest thing to the game change, actually, for Blue Cat is that Dragoon Lance. If Blue Cat goes ahead with the plan of stealing Sirens and cracking eggs, because that's just to put Kane in the top position and shink.
Yeah, that's a one-shot. That's a whole day and get it done. That's pretty nice. Was it 4 times? 8 times?
4. Yeah, 4 times for anything that targets a enemy type. I think it's anything. At least it's most things. You can get 8 times on some things if you're managing to hit. I think you need to be hitting elemental and a enemy type, like spitting fire arrows at Mylon Z or something.
Oh, gotcha,
no,
right.
Never mind. That's throw elemental. That's actually considered an element, so I take it back. There are ways. It's just tricky. Someone in chat that knows more than me, tell me how.
I want to say, I think it's like Crystal Sword does some double something weird. I don't remember. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. Some sort of combination of holy damage and burning undead. Something.
And it looks like Blue Cat Loach is headed up the tower, and he just got, for Magus Sister spot, a pretty easy freebie there in Water Hag. So at least he doesn't have a long fight, because that Magus Sister spot has a decent number of hit points since it's HP divided amongst 3 sisters. It can take a minute, but not when it's 3 hits.
Yeah, a full 9,000 hit points, if I remember correctly. It's nice not to have to churn through that, especially at these levels.
Definitely. And
well, hey, about that radio.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, I don't think I don't think Porum's long for this party. Ooh, but a Cecil now.
Okay, now, I mean, my boy, first off, but also, the issue is that we've actually found a really solid lance for Kane. We can't get rid of Sid. We're using Edge to steal with.
Yeah, good point. I guess he's kind of doesn't really... The niche has been filled, and already filled better, unless you want to get you could, if you do D-monies and accelerate him to super high levels. But, a vanilla Valvalis, how about that?
Some more vanilla, and it actually turns out that Blue Cat Loach has rejected both characters. Did not take either the Cecil or the Radio.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have at least gotten rid of the Porum probably.
Like we were
but
saying, we would. Yeah, agreed. I probably would have swapped Porum for Iridia, nothing else.
It's curious to see his party forming because again, he doesn't have that Tela from the moon that Dyrewulfe got. So like, he's in a totally different situation. Like he's definitely not going to be doing that kind of grind. So his setup's going to be pretty different. His party's makeup is going to be pretty different.
Yeah, and that might have been his thought. That with Sirens being the grind method, the Black Mages, your Palums, your Iridias really benefit from getting double XP off a slingshot because they need a lot of XP to get to Nuke. And if your plan is just Zerk up, then Porum having her along is a second source of Zerk, and maybe save yourself some time stealing Bacchuses.
That's true. You can throw that Cry in there and get the slightly better steal rate.
Oh yeah, true. Also, yeah, Team Cry for the Siren stealing.
So Dyrewulfe got everything set up and is taking on the D-monies. I believe he just is starting now. But considering you're not at 10 key items, it's going to be a decent number. I'm not sure what the math would roll out for this, but he'll probably have to do a good number of them to get things. Except obviously, if he's just trying to get Palom to nuke, since this is a slingshot situation, I would assume, he's gonna.
Yes.
That'll help a lot.
I think the slingshotted Palom can get nuke with 11 D-monies. I know Iridia's 12. So if he's going to stop there, then that 12 is all he needs. 11 maybe. And if he's willing to pick up the XP off of the remaining objectives, he might bring it a little short than that.
Blue Cat Loach finally heading into Baron. So he's going to be catching up, at least in terms of, getting the Darkness Crystal. Be curious to see if he heads up there and finds out and ends up in Go mode. Well, I mean, he'll be in Go mode, but he won't realize he is. So, be curious to see when he finds that information out, if he actually explores it, because now we know if he doesn't explore it, that's going to change what he does quite a bit, most likely.
Yeah, I think that, you reject a Cecil and Iridia, that's a really strong sign that you are super happy with your party. I'd find it very interesting, and not wrong, just interesting to see him suddenly pivot to a Tela upon finding that character there. The bigger thing, as you said, is does he look in Cave Bahamut? Does he discover that it's a double and everything else is ready?
Because if he has a party he already wants, he does the Siren grind, he gets set up. Does he full clear Earth and then start looking? It's possible, obviously, but having that Darkness Crystal does at least, get you kind of thinking about it. So and if he's fully set up, maybe he goes and full clears, and then he finds that Cape Bahamut that way too. So it's probably not too long for him to get that info, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Now, and with the Rune Axe, he's going to have such a much, much easier time with this fight than Dyrewulfe would, to be sure.
Oh, this is like a one-shot.
Probably. I think Sid can handle this in one swing.
He's in the middle, so he's got the bonus too, yeah. I think one swing will do it. I guess he's throwing it on Kane instead. But yeah, jump will take care of that problem. Good call.
Jump for the extra damage, and it also gives a nice accuracy boost that any axe is looking for.
Looks like on Direwolfe's side, just kind of continuing that grind. Things look pretty efficient. I don't think he's had any issues thus far. Did that not? Oh, it didn't.
2898's close. No.
There we go.
Heads up by Blue Cat to make sure that it was going to be a life trigger, just in case a little more work needed to be done.
Wow, yeah.
There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done. having already rejected Ridio, yeah, again, this the strong signal. I'm good with my party.
Or
Talon grab would be spice.
I guess he traded twins.
Okay, but he does make the Talon grab.
Maybe just concern over having to get all those extra, get those extra levels to get to, do extra grinding or whatever to get to nuke, and he'd rather, didn't want to deal with it. But once he saw Palom, it's going to be a much quicker thing. Well, not much quicker, but
Maybe. Worth asking.
yeah, good call. Whenever I look at D-Monies, it's always it's stressful because you look at the HP and it's like, oh gosh, Palom has 40 hit points and you're in the giant. Like, you're done. And obviously, like, we know it's percent based on the percent
Right.
of your total HP, but it still looks stressful as heck when you're not actually in it.
It is stressful, from my point of view, having dealt with him. It's great when it goes nice and smooth, but a little bit of turn juggling and suddenly you're desperately scrambling to take a D machine out before it burns you to death. And part of that joy of C Hero is you get some unexpected turn juggling. You can't just lock down the slow anchor and call it a day.
Yeah, sometimes that cycle flips and you're just like, uh-oh, I'm not getting Tele for another 3 times. I got to get a week. Oh no, I don't know if this is a problem for other people, but I definitely run out of MP occasionally and go, oh no, snap, I missed it,
I have. Like, if I've got the money and I'm running through as easy 4 seed and I see Ether one day and figure that when it comes time to D-Money, I'm probably going to use them all, not just for Tele, but for whatever poor person is keeping up with all of that healing, they're likely to run out of MP.
Yeah, most definitely, because you're coming in. Yeah, you're coming in there. You're coming in there at super low levels, so you might not even have like any healing, or you might have a Rosa with like Cure 2 at best.
Right.
I mean, it looks like Tela's actually doing the healing for Dyrewulfe here, so he has some extra ethers, I think, in order to be able to kind of do double duty.
Yeah, and it's just one of the things that the flag set has done really well. Has done a good job of balancing the grinds. I mean, D-Money for a lot of people is still the preference, particularly when you have a slingshot going. But it hasn't been completely taken off the table the way Vanilla Giant and LHL did. But there's some parity. Like, we're seeing Blue Cat Loach missing Tela, most likely, and going to run with Edge. And it doesn't feel like a huge loss for him.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, he has to steal the siren. Like, it takes time to set up, but like, it's still a completely valid and, with the knowledge he has, maybe a totally, a totally obvious like thing to do. But yeah, he's gonna get this information now too. He did go up to the moon, and so he now knows he is in go mode. So yeah, now that he has that information immediately. Oh, and the witch burn is digest.
Oh, I was all set to completely lose my mind if Wyvern retreated, but
oh gosh, I forgot that's a thing. Dyrewulfe is done with his grind. All right, so we get to see how much XP he gets, where he's getting his characters here. Exciting. It can do reaction Nova, yes. I've had that happen to me. It's funny. It's hilarious.
It can do reaction, and it can do the various explodes. I say various explodes because there are a lot of things that like to explode. You have the mom bomb turning into little bombs. You have the Bygone arms going boom. There are ways.
Wow, just like that, Rosa's got white all the way up to white. I think that Palom's also going to get nuke here, so yeah, he's ready for everything that's coming. And also, Zeroma's probably going to be a pretty convenient and quick reflect strat fight if he chooses. But I don't think he turned off encounters yet.
I expect this will be hybrid. I feel like the standard for straight reflect strat is 2 new casters. We could see a thing of, cutting off the damage and having the casters finish out phase 1. That would be some high-level Z fighting.
That is true, yeah. Kind of interesting, Blue Cat Loach taking on this Wyvern. He's got that Dragoon Lance, so Kane is just destroying Wyvern right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting that quad damage in, and just a matter of keeping everyone ticking.
Edge did not
part
get...
of that adjust as a snap effect. Bam, and just like that.
Yep, done and done. I know that was super.
The spot has a lot of hit points. Oh, that's cute.
It has a lot of hit points. Good. I hit for a lot too. All right, a White Lance, kind of French vanilla item there. And French vanilla boss, French vanilla. It's like an item from one place and a boss from another place. Come here.
Yeah, it works. So I think Blue Cat is gonna slip on over to the Murasame altar, see if it can be handled just as well. Dyrewulfe will be right on his heels, but once Dyrewulfe gets there, Dyrewulfe doesn't need to grind. Dyrewulfe can just take a walk straight down. Blue Cat's gonna probably have to head down, steal some sirens, and then use the pass.
Yeah, I mean, it would be entirely surprising that Blue Cat Loach actually gets the objectives and gets the crystal first. If he just runs down and it's a relatively easy boss, he could definitely get it first. But yeah, immediately after that, then he has to do the whole grind that Dyrewulfe just completed.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a crystal ring in Cave Bahamut. Yeah.
Cave Bahamut.
Thank you, please.
That's nice. Please take my slow character. Help this old man who doesn't get any turns.
Yeah.
And while I'm pointing out that Dyer knew it was there, that he looted the place when he came out. I missed that. Very heads up.
Yeah, good call to remember that, and yeah, still come back and get it. That's cool. Blue Cat Loach making that dive now, so we'll see who's at Murasame altar almost definitely right away. Yeah, funny thing is with despite Dyrewulfe being fully ground up, his fight of Wyvern is going to take longer and be more of a pain in the neck than Blue Cat Loach's was, just with that Dragoon Lance.
Yeah, that Dragoon Lance. Huge, without a doubt. Dyrewulfe's going to be bouncing the nukes and whites for his damage.
We got a Rubicante. Not sure what. Yeah, he should be okay, I think.
Okay. Makes you wish you had a Blizzard Spear. But yeah, the magic in this spot isn't too horrific. If you wanted to zerk up a melee fighter, you could survive the Fire 2 counters just fine.
Not that glare, though.
No, but see, even that dreaded glare wasn't able to hit 3,000. Dyrewulfe has a few people that are going to survive that glare, potentially, when he makes his way over there.
Honestly, and the fact that, okay, it looks like... Oh, I was going to say he has Rydia. Switching out that Porum now actually is kind of an inconvenience for this fight, because he's trying to throw down Blinks and he can't do it fast enough. So, actually Palom is going to make it a little tougher.
Yeah, at the rate this is going, Dyrewulfe might get through first, because Dyrewulfe can just direct target the nuke and the white and all of that jazz, as long as those people don't need the glare, though. As previously mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rosa survive a glare to the face.
Oh yeah, 2577.
Yeah, and certainly with better magic defense at her levels than whatever Palin has going on for Blue Cat Loach.
Yeah, honestly, Dyrewulfe. It's a matter of minutes for Dyrewulfe to be heading down into the depths of the subterranean. It's pretty quick. We're at 53 minutes. We're gonna be seeing a Z fight most likely before the 1 hour mark.
And potentially one that skips the phase refill, depending on how Dyrewulfe chooses to go after it.
Yeah, I gotta imagine given his melee, I don't know. I mean, he could do hybrid or something, but yeah, like it seems like with this party and I think I don't know what his agility situation is on Sid. I guess is the only thing, but he could, if it's at least decent, he could do the 2 cycle, probably not even get a second big bang with a nuke and a white.
Yeah, with him missing the London Dragoon Spear, the White Spear is going to be pretty huge, so that'll be a big help.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, before our chance is taken away from us in this Jetty Seed, I'd like to thank our behind-the-scenes crew for making this happen. Escorian, on the restreams, fighting with cranky Twitch to bring us the action, and Scythe Marshall tracking, making sure that we all know what objectives have been completed by the runners and what key items they've located.
Yeah, you've both been doing a fantastic job. It's been great. And Commander, you've been awesome so far. It's been great. It's been like half a year since I've done comms, and honestly, I come back and it just feels natural, like immediately.
You've been great to work with, as always. No surprise. We've worked together before, and I'm glad I could be here for your welcome back party.
Most definitely. And just like that, Dyrewulfe, like you said, makes it through that Ruby fight first, and he is 4 objectives, that crystal popping up, and he's heading down. We won't get quite a sub 1 finish, but it'll probably be more like 102 or something, I'd assume.
Not quite. Yeah, if 105 was the over-under, I'd take the under.
Right, yeah, there you go, exactly. But yeah, like, this has been a fantastic run so far. Both these racers doing an amazing job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and taking different routes, which, again, they're not going to finish that far apart. Dyrewulfe got the jump out with the quicker run through Baron, didn't run Zot. That to me is the difference. Not running through the Tower of Zot, not his choice of grind.
Right, exactly. Not getting that edge, not getting that too. I mean, there's a couple other things he didn't end up checking either. He didn't do any. I don't think he did anything in Full Wool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that has been as big, if not a bigger time save than the fact that he did D-Money versus the Siren setup that Blue Cat's about to do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they've both been doing great. They get slightly different information. I mean, we saw Blue Cat Loach took game 1, so now we might be seeing Dyrewulfe in the lead here. It'll be, we'll see how it finishes. But these are both amazing racers, and honestly, seeing this game 3, I'm going to be here with popcorn. Let me tell you what.
It's gonna be spicy.
Absolutely.
And speaking of following people, go follow both of these runners. You'll be seeing them practice. You'll be seeing them show off great stuff, and one of them is getting through to the round of 16, and you'll see even more from them. So give them both a good look.
Yeah, this Ruby's kind of been taking some time for Blue Cat Loach. I think he's been on the same fight. I don't think he's wiped or anything, and it's been, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes.
Yeah, just without that firepower, with Quake being your heavy hitter, it just doesn't stack up.
I can kind of see the logic here because probably when he got the Wyvern and saw, okay, I'm in go mode, he probably thought, I don't want to have to come back up to the moon again at all. I want to get this all done. I got the pass, so I want to go down and get this, get the sirens, do the eggs, and then just walk right into Z, and not have to fly back. But now, the fact that this is taking so long, but he finally gets.
You take.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the fight. But you know what else takes a long time? Getting in that big whale, flying down to Earth, flying back up to the moon, flying back down to Earth to use the pass. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally get that logic, but it's all good. And he's also got the crystal, so just down to his grind now.
Yep. I see things in chat, Groundfire. I know it's been a while for you. So, these little blue flags, the Z, and the question mark. You remember what that's all about?
Yeah, there's this end boss. It's always the same friend or enemy, I guess you could say. And they don't move positions. It's kind of a complicated HP thing and all that stuff. You want to see the big bad at the end. However, there are, I don't know how many hundreds of different sprites that are set up for this very enemy. And there's a question when trying to figure out which particular one we're going to see that comes up. And Commander, I love hearing you say it. Would you do us the honors?
Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
Yes! Awesome. Emma fan. 59 minutes, 15 seconds. We are about to see the Z. Amazing how fast this is. I don't know what the fastest this tournament is, but I've certainly not seen anything this fast.
Right? This might be it. I don't know what the actual number is either, yes. But I will not be at all be surprised to see that this is it. And if someone tells me it's a different one, I should go watch that match.
All right, yeah, Demarine just says 57:30. Wow.
I should go watch that.
It looks like his Aromas is going to drag us all down to the Hades.
So it would seem.
Gosh, I haven't seen that movie in forever. That's a good one. That's a great looking sprite too. I love it.
One of many fantastic looking sprites, most of which done by our wonderful art dev Scala Kitty. Poked her head in here just a moment ago.
Yeah, she's done phenomenal work. Some of these sprites are just mind-bogglingly good, and some of them are mind-bogglingly huge too. Those are my favorites.
Hey Scala, I couldn't import these. Don't knock yourself.
That means that Scala is important?
Very much so. Very much so.
Interesting. It looks like Dyrewulfe is not.
There's the first nerf big thing.
I don't. Doesn't seem like he's got folks swinging. I'm not sure if those are just the attacks that hit before you get to that threshold where the HP cycles. But I definitely saw a jump and a couple swings.
Yeah, it's not there yet. Still plenty of time before we get to that point. I think that point's somewhere around. I want to say. My mind keeps telling me 45k, and then whenever I do it, I stop a little earlier, like at 43, just to make sure I don't hit that point.
Oh, honestly, I freak out that I didn't round properly, and I go about 40. But yeah.
But yeah, not zerking up Sid, leaving Kane to jump, does suggest that he's going to be counting his damage and is going to cut them off right before reaching the point where the phase would shift.
And that Palom throwing down some serious heat there. Must have had a bluff in there because that was a quad 9 nuke.
Good times.
But that was an unnerved Big Bang. Oof, that hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna put Palom down, but I still got Rosa standing. So this could make things a little awkward, make things take a little while. Fortunately, that bluff will persist, even though Palom's been knocked down. The only thing Dyrewulfe, I think, could do to change that would be to alter Palom's equipment.
Yeah, thankfully, actually, that the fact that he got the black hole came out and all the buffs came off was actually kind of decent because Rose is now able to throw that Cure 4 down. And although Sid put up a Star Veil, he's got 1500 HP, not a big deal, but Rose is able to get that heal too. So
smooth. Yeah, as chat's pointing out, excellent timing on this. Get him back up, get back to bouncing spells.
He just bounced the white with his cane.
Or even heck, yes! Kane getting in on the reflect strats with the white spear. Oh, you love to see it.
That's amazing. I've never seen anybody do that. I love it.
It's the first time I've seen it, but I've heard people in the Discord talking about the wide variety of spell items that Kane has as spears, and he can chip in on the reflect strats. Good times.
Fantastic. I mean, it's only like 800, but I appreciate it. I want him to get the last hit, though.
You take every bit you can. Oh, and shoot, I totally meant to answer that question a while back. So if you're still in chat, whoever asked it, someone was asking what Sid can get as a forge weapon. The Fiery Hammer is the one we all know and love, but there's also Force Hammer, and there's also the Gigantex.
And there's also GG! Dyrewulfe gets the victory over Hades Zemus. Fantastic.
105 looks like.
103
should get official time soon enough.
Wow, that's fabulous.
Oh, 103.40 our official race stop time.
Yeah, GG's to you, and we are tied 1-1. We are going to a game 3.
Yes, it's gonna be great. Make sure you watch it. Whether it's on Khadgar or here or one of our partner channels.
And we are joined here by the victor Dyrewulfe.
Yes.
GG's.
Hello. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So do you like jets?
I don't mind them. I like them more than most people.
The speed at which you attained Go mode, it's just phenomenal. Also, I mean, just the fact that you had a very, very, very clean D-money grind, and you got the D-money really early too, was super good too. Like, you flew through that, but your pop was before 1 hour hit, which is the fastest I've seen yet. How did you feel when you saw that Wyvern pop up and you knew you were in Go mode?
I didn't actually know I was in Go mode yet. I hadn't done ordeals.
Right. Then you got Tella.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's reversed.
You hadn't done ordeals yet.
Yeah, I figured I was on a boss
Blue
hunt.
Cat went there. Blue Cat.
Yeah, that Blue Cat did that. That's my fault. Okay, well then, what did you feel when you saw that Ogopogo?
I was like, oh boy, my motto just paid off. Fortune favors the bold. This was everything all in one go, just by strolling into Baron early and putting up with a miserable Ashura fight.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see you take that so early. What was the impetus for it?
My motto. I figured, you know what, my opponent probably doesn't rush this. If it pays out great. And I saw that Porum in the inn and Golbez, and I was like, no, we're just going to go into the castle, see if we can get somebody better, more useful right now. Oh, yes, we did. We got ourselves a Palom.
Yeah, it definitely sped things up. You got that nuke pretty easily.
Yep.
And actually, not taking that...
You got the Palom, you got that darkness, you found the Tella, and I said up here in chat, ZZ3 would like their seat back, please.
Honestly, finding that Tella kind of made this all happen, because the Tella made you then go, okay, D-money grind, and then that made you go, okay, ordeals, and then you found Go mode. It would have been very curious what actually Blue Cat Loach did is he checked package, and package was edge. He didn't get that Tella until way later.
Ah, yeah, that would change things.
And he's got a Dragoon Lance on Kane. I forget where he got that. So he's just going around crushing some eggs right now. But it's just very interesting how the...
He took... Yeah. So Blue Cat, if you're curious, Dyrewulfe, Blue Cat found the Vanilla Demist, muted his party during that fight in prep for Golbez. Demist just had samurai armor. Goes through the Golbez, gets to the Mom Bomb behind it, finds an Earth Crystal, and that's where the Dragoon Lance was.
Ah, yes, there we go, right.
Oh boy, so he fell for a lot of flashy distractions then.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
It came down to what y'all checked. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I think if you both had different information, it would have been fascinating how you would have routed it, because obviously you totally diverged this time, but I think it could have gone a lot of the other way too. But yeah, you know, things went pretty well your way. I mean, it must have felt like a pretty clean seed. I don't know if you felt too terrible about anything except, of course, that Ashura oof.
Yeah, the only thing I really felt bad about was that Ashura. Like, that was one of the worst things that could show up there with a Sid anchor early like that, because he's too slow for that spot, but he's too fast for everybody else. And a 3-person life lock at that kind of speed, super hard.
Yeah, and then you were trying to get attacks in with that Kane and not being back row glitched. There was actually a Dwarfax in Fey March, I think, in one of the chests, but it wasn't back row glitched at that point, I don't think. Is that why you did use the Thor Rages with him, because you weren't getting hits?
I never actually tried to swing with him from the back row manually. I tried to fit in jumps, but she was too fast, so I just switched to the Thor Rages because I wasn't going to trust a Dwarfax or Ogre Axe miss the back row, and, you know, another lovely Cure 4 after the first 2 or 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it makes good sense. So now you're 1-1 going on to a final game 3.
Any favors.
Oh yeah. How are you feeling about game 3 going in?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm mildly worried that since I appear to be powered by salt from losing, since I won this one, I might be at a disadvantage on the next one.
I'm sure the seed will bring something salty early, and you know that can power you through the rest of it. have faith. But yeah, it looks like Blue Cat Loach has forfeited. Wanted to say GG's to him. That was this was a Jetty seed, and once you see that that GG pop in, and you're just starting that grind, I can understand. But you did a great job. You both did amazing, and obviously.
Yeah. It's not just that. What happened is Blue Cat stole Sirens, did all the grind, checked something else, reset out, and didn't have a save post-grind. So.
Oh no! Oh man! Yeah, I'm sorry. GG's though. Yeah, that's tough. But
yeah,
GG's to you though, Blue Cat. You made it a heck of a run, and I have no doubt that Game 3 is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching you both play. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely. Both been playing great so far. So, we'll see what comes. But I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, now that you're going to it.
Yeah. I was actually a little worried.
Better than the alternative.
Well, thank you, Sir Squall and the man with the wall for the comms. I forgot who was tracking tonight. It's Euphoric Lemon?
No, it's Scythe Marshall.
Oh, it's Scythe Marshall. Okay. Lemon's on the other match.
Okay.
It was one or the other. And thank you, Esco, for handling the restreaming. And what?
Quick question. What was the music?
Oh, it was Theme of the Tantalus. And I'm sorry, everybody. I was a bit jet brain scrambled, and I started unspooling just after I hit music instead of putting a buffer on there. Yeah. My apologies, folks.
Theme of the Tantalus. I can hear it in my head. I'm snapping my fingers.
Absolutely.
No worries.
The important thing is that music was heard. Music is out there.
Yes.
I heard plenty of it, at least.
There you go.
Well, thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Yeah, good night. GG's.
Thank you.
All right, and I guess with that, I believe we are headed. Oh, I'm sorry.
See, well, no, we have Luke at Loach joining us.
Oh.
GG's. Tough break at the end. I've been there. I've had that happen to me.
Yeah, that Rubicant there really trolled me hard.
Yeah, that's a tough fight there, and I mean I can understand.
Yeah.
Probably the mindset's probably like you don't want to come back up, you don't want to fly the whale you found it. You just want to get it done because you're going to go hit those eggs and not come back.
Yeah, and in hindsight, it's partially my fault. I was just so fixated on. I just wanted to get that ice 2 off, get that big damage there. And then I'm like, okay, I'll settle for Quake. Rubicant's still like, nope. So then, if I'd just been casting Virus from the beginning, that fight would have been half as long.
Yeah, but you made it through. Honestly,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it wasn't messing around, without a doubt.
yeah, the biggest difference I think in the seed, honestly, was that.
Taking on.
Sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'd say the biggest difference, honestly, was just a matter of like, you tried different stuff because Dyrewulfe actually went and did Baron like very, very early on, and so got that Darkness Crystal and did that Wyvern check and had that information, and got that Tella, and that Tella sent him back to Ordeals. So that was kind of the way that all wrapped up for him. Whereas you got obviously the edge from the package, but it was really interesting to see that kind of all come about separately, and the fact that you went up to the moon and also got that information too. I think if you had both had different opposite information, things could have looked totally different, but the fact is that you still did a great job with what you could, and you were right there with them. You basically got the crystal almost the same time.
Yeah, I think I sort of disobeyed the number one rule of free enterprise, which is check your freebies, and we were basically handed 3 out of 4 objectives right at the start there.
Yeah, no kidding. And is it fast? This was one of the fastest seats I've ever seen. So you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, most likely.
Oh yeah, it was kind of my heart was just pounding when suddenly it's like, I don't know, like 45, 50 minutes in, and suddenly I'm like, oh, I have go mode pretty much.
Yeah, but regardless, you did a great job. What do you now it's tied 1-1, you're going back. Are you going to do any retooling? You going to try anything different? Are you going to stick with your guns?
I don't think I'm going to change much. I mean, Dyrewulfe obviously a really amazing player. So, but I think I've been doing okay keeping up. There's some things he's better at. There's some things I'm better at. I've just been sort of trying to play to my own strengths and see if I can sort of overcome it.
It's a good plan. It got you through game 1, and I think game 3 could go either way. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there with some popcorn.
I don't think I have to going down without a fight. So
Popcorn.
Most definitely. But yeah, any last thoughts?
I'd just like to say it's just been such a great experience in this tournament here.
Can't disagree with you there. Honestly, I was in kind of
You gave us all, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I was only in it for the round of 64,
You gave us
but
all
still,
a great experience to watch.
absolutely. Alrighty. With with that, I believe we are headed. I believe we are headed over to Randomania 2. We're going to be rating them for the Rybon versus Scratch Dragon match. So, send that free enterprise love over there. Make sure you do not spoil this match. Have a lot of fun over there. Thank you all for hanging out. I'd love to thank Escorian for doing the restreaming, and Scythe Marshall for the tracking, and of course my partner here, Commander Leonhardt.
And thank you as well, Groundfire. Glad to do this with you. Wish I could have spent more time with you, but maybe we'll get another chance.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. All right.
No.
Have a good one.